Hey Indie Warriors, it's time to kick off another year here at I Dream of Indie Games. My name's Old Gamer Joe. Let's take a look at the top 10 upcoming indie game releases covering the week of January 1st through the 7th of 2024. Wow, that's weird to say. As always, we thank you so much for supporting independent content here at the channel. Be sure to like and subscribe if you're yet to do so, and head on over to patreon.com/idreamofindiegames. You'll gain Discord access, a brand new podcast, shoutouts at the end of every video we produce, early ad-free shows, and even free games depending on the tier. Your new indie gaming community is waiting for you. Also be sure to check out OK Nia every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern over at twitch.tv/idreamofindiegames. She's an absolute riot to hang out with and is always playing an interesting indie. Alright then, let's get into the most exciting releases for the week ahead. Coming at you first, we have Might Online. It is a mighty good time. Well, I hope anyways. This is a brand spanking new RPG that comes to us from Bahadir Kandemir, which I know I butchered. I am extremely sorry to you, sir. But your ambitious indie looks pretty decent. The listed features on the Steam page include skill and talent trees, a mount system, various treasures, dungeons to explore, multiplayer maps, an auction system, and PvP battles. Looking at the game, it definitely has that low poly look many smaller budget indie games have adapted over the years, and the world looks quite large with varied landscapes. Let's find out if this indie dev bit off a little more than they can chew on New Year's Day, or if this is an epic RPG worth diving into. On to number 9, our next release sends us back to the 1930s, and it comes to us from Geekin' and Midnight Games. Bootlegger's Mafia racing story. Hopefully you aren't a bootlegger and you support indie games. I'm watching you. Anyways, taking place during the Prohibition era, you'll play as John Hammerton, who owes back taxes and needs to find a way to raise funds in a hurry. Now you're a bootlegger. Customize your vehicle in a wide variety of ways as you travel through Middle America, taking in all the sights and sounds. The visuals and audio are modeled around the 1930s, which could definitely make for a pretty cool experience. Let's see if this mix of racing and strategy is successful, or if it crashes and burns. Also on the 1st, what a way to ring in the new year. Moving on to January 4th, released back in 2019 on the PC, but now heading to the Nintendo Switch and the PlayStation 5, we have The Spy Who Shot Me, a comedic parody of retro 90s FPS games. The game did receive very positive reviews for what it's worth, and honestly, it looks pretty hilarious. I'm loving the throwback music in the trailer, the visuals look really cool, and the gameplay looks fun too. So yeah, it might be kinda silly and over the top, but that doesn't mean it won't be fun. You'll play as Agent 7, tasked with taking down the scum. With a fun low poly look, plenty of weapons, and even some vehicles, this one's certainly worth keeping an eye on if you're a console owner. Let's move right along. If you were wondering what the boobs were about on the thumbnail, well, here you go. It's Winter Memories. Adults only on this one, please. It is a mature hentai story. This game apparently takes place 6 months after summer events involving the characters Yui, Ryo, and Miyuki. Let's make this the best winter yet, I say. This adventure RPG has you exploring a peaceful seaside village. There are various festivities to take part in which look to play out in fun minigames, but the real focus of gameplay seems to be on the different conversations you'll have between these characters. There are also other activities including fishing. All told, the game doesn't appear to be all that raunchy, so maybe the hentai tag on Steam is a bit exaggerated. Those aren't always all that accurate anyways. Regardless, probably best to keep the kids away from this one, or to play in your room alone with the lights off, and make sure the door's locked. You don't want your parents walking in on you. You probably don't live with your parents anymore, do you? Up next, we have a lovely point and click. This is probably the best option for this week, honestly. I think it's the best looking game on this list myself, but hey, opinions are like a-holes, everyone's got one. This is The Night is Grey. This release has you playing as Graham, who appears to be lost in a forest and his life is now in grave danger. He happens upon an equally lost child, and the two will need to work together if they hope to escape with their lives. The game's art is quite striking, and it will also feature plenty of head-scratching puzzles which are hopefully well designed. Using a very unique digital painting style and featuring an orchestrated soundtrack, you'll have to tune into our Twitch channel because OK Nia will be streaming this one very soon. She streams Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern if you missed it. It's cold out there, you know, we got through December. Maybe January and February won't be so bad, eh? I haven't seen a single snowflake where I live yet. How about y'all? Either way, Shivering Stone is seasonally appropriate, coming from Double Mizzle and East Asia Soft Limited. It looks like you'll be navigating a frozen tundra in this one as you push balls into holes. Go ahead and make your joke, child. If you happen to be into sliding puzzles, which are absolutely the bane of my existence, well, this might be the game for you, as you'll have 50 stages of them here. The game takes place from a top-down perspective, and also, you don't have to stress too much because you can reset the puzzle at any time you wish. So don't get too worked up over it. You'll figure it out eventually. Just hit the reset button and off you go, pushing those snow blocks again. The pixel art looks halfway decent. It kind of looks like a fun little chill-out puzzle game. Even though I said I hate slidey puzzles, this one actually looks halfway decent. Alright, now you were wondering where the Bastards portion of the thumbnail came from. Well, here you go. We're talking about Kick Bastards, releasing January 5th, 2024. Apparently, something games want to be Angerfoot to the punch. It is a self-described, quote, fast-paced parkour game with a deep movement system. Indeed, kicking seems to be the focus here. The game has very fast-paced gameplay, and it takes place in hell, so if you ever wanted to see what hell looks like without actually going to hell, well, here's your opportunity. There are various lines that you'll glide across as well, so it's not just about the kicking. Actually does look somewhat entertaining, something I might mess around with for a few hours. You know, if Vampire Survivors is any indication, sometimes the most simplistic games are the most fun. Watermelon Suika game releases on the 5th from Frozen Logic Studios as an answer to the incredibly popular Suika game where you combine fruit to make progressively larger produce. I watched OK Nia play the original during Extra Life this year and was immediately enamored with the adorable and clearly quite addicting gameplay. So this seems like a great option for PC players to partake in the sugary sweet delight of a puzzle game. Now let's take a trip to DweebCon. That's right, we're talking about Meet You Oshi. In this game, you really want to see the newest, hottest VTuber group out there, Vici Band, but the tickets are sold out. You're screwed. You gotta find a way in somehow. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't have any idea what the hell to make out of this. I'm kind of getting a Five Nights at Freddy's vibe here, where you have to control the lights, you have all these different pop-up scares of animatronics, but it's all chibi art. It's very cute, anime-esque, with these VTubers popping up instead, and some weird-looking robotic stuff going on. I don't know. This is for someone. It's probably not for me, but here you go. Meet your Oshi. Alright, look, it's the first week of January. Don't expect any blockbuster indie releases, but we've still had some fun putting together some of these early January games. Hopefully at least a few of them looked somewhat interesting to you. Let's close things out with a VR game available for VR headsets, and it's a familiar property, Micro Machines Mini Challenge Mayhem. I'm actually a big VR fan. I do get rather ill. I don't currently own a VR headset anymore. I need to get one of the new ones and hopefully figure out a way to not get sick to my stomach while playing, because I really do enjoy the effect, and I like Micro Machines too. So there's a track builder in this one that should keep people busy for quite a while. There's various missions to take part in as well. You can modify the Micro Machines in a variety of different ways, and it's a mixed reality experience as well. All told, this looks to be a pretty cool product. If you're a fan of Micro Machines and you happen to have a VR headset, you'll want to keep an eye on this one. But that's gonna do it for now, folks. Thank you so much for supporting independent content here at I Dream of Indie Games. We hope you had fun. It's great to be back for 2024. As always, be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy this type of content, and head on over to patreon.com/idreamofindiegames to further support us if you so wish. Twitch.tv/idreamofindiegames to support OK Nia over there. Voice to the voiceless, I will see you on the channel. Let's get 2024 going.